Well, Nathaniel, congratulations on another win here in the UK. We see your shin or your leg taped up a bit. Physically, how are you feeling after that?
That's just a bit of bruising, I'm fine. But I'm shattered, mate. If I'm honest, I feel like I'm losing the plot a little bit. I haven't slept probably for 2 days. So, yeah, it's been a heavy couple of days.
Why so heavy? Or is it nerves? Is it just the time change? What was it?
A bit of everything. So usually I don't sleep well on weight cut night anyway.
Sure.
And then last night I think it was because I knew that I was going to be fighting late. I started overthinking the sleep pattern thing and just could not sleep. Today, tried to sleep, couldn't sleep, and then my daughter went to A&E, my wife said, so I was a bit stressed about that, and yeah, it's just been one of those things where it's just one thing after another. But, you know, I got the win, that's the main thing, but I could do with some sleep.
She all good?
She's as good as she can be. You know, the A&E situation wasn't necessary. It was more my wife just making sure she's okay with obviously not having doctors open on a Saturday. So, but yeah, we've got a few ongoing issues, but at the moment everything's good.
Did you feel any of the effects of all this in the actual cage when you got in there?
No, it's because I knew a few hours before that she was okay. She was back home and stuff, and you know, wife sends me videos and she's smiling and whatnot. So I was good, but you know, my head's just a bit all over the place the last couple of days. But we got the win. That's the main thing.
So I guess what are the emotions after going through like 48 hours like that, fighting and still coming out victorious? It has to be just one of the biggest senses of relief you've had.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. You know, I'm a little bit disappointed, obviously, that last round, because I feel like, you know, he was giving the crowd a good fight. I saw some fights backstage and thought, okay, there doesn't look like any fight of the night contenders right now, but that third round, you know, I know he was fishing for a Kimura, and Kimuras aren't my speciality in defending, so I kind of played it a little bit safe, and he felt pretty strong, pretty heavy. He knew what he was doing. So a little part of me did kind of play it safe a little bit. I didn't want to rush trying to get up, because if you do, you know, sometimes you can end up in a bad position, and yeah, part of me played it safe a little bit.
Well, at Media Day, you seemed pretty excited to face Daniel Pineda in there, because I think your words were you knew he was going to bring the fight. So did the fight play out as you expected, especially in those first couple rounds?
Yeah, everything played out except I didn't get the finish that I expected. You know, a couple of times I did hurt him bad with the body shots, and I don't know why I kind of followed him down. You know, I should have just said, get up, and then just hit him again with it. But you know what it's like, you're just in that fight mode, you know, sometimes you're not thinking straight, you're just going off natural instinct, but yeah, I kind of let him off the hook by doing that, so.
Well, kind of going off of that, even the broadcast, like when you would drop him and you'd kind of engage on the ground, it'd be like, what is he doing? He's piecing him up on the feet. Did your coaches say anything about like that?
No, you know, even the coaches after were like, don't do that, you know, let him back up, but as I say, you kind of, it's that natural instinct, you know, I'm going to finish the fight, oh crap, now I've just given him the rest that he needed, you know, and he was in the first round holding on, you know, there wasn't really much I could do, but we learn, you know, that's the main thing.
So I guess moving forward, what do you want the rest of your year to look like? Do you want to get back in there soon? You want to take some time off with the family, and do you have names in mind?
So originally I wanted maybe Paris or Abu Dhabi card. My daughter's got a couple of things going on that I need to find out when are happening, operations and stuff, so that's obviously my first and foremost thing that I need to get sorted. Names, I don't have a name, but I do want to rematch with Muhammad Naimov at some point. You know, at the end of the day, I can go on social media and call him out and whatnot, but it's going to be Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard decide that. So, you know, I know that it's down to my manager to just get onto the phone and, you know, try and make that happen. But that is a fight that I want to rectify. You know, I'm not even going to class that as a loss from how it went the last time. But yeah, you know, I know what the UFC's like. At the end of the day, they need to find a date that works for him. They need to find a date that works for me. And that's if he's even going to accept it, which I don't think he will.
Is that a fight you would want to do again in Abu Dhabi based on, considering that's,
No, you know, ideally not. But I would if I have to, because I will finish the fight. You know, that's what I've said to people before. As much as I want to make excuses, if I'd finished the fight in the first place, it wouldn't have mattered. So next time me and him are fighting, I'm putting him out within 2 rounds easy.
Nathaniel, over to your left. You talked about the body shots that were really seem to be doing good work for you. There was one kick that you got pulled up for as a low shot, and on the replays it looked like it was belt line at worst. It looked like it was just above the belt line. Was that a source of frustration? Because that was like the second or third time you'd hurt him, and he went down from it, and you weren't given the opportunity to go get the finish at that point.
It was, because I tell you who done that to me, John Dodson. I kicked him twice in that cage where it was purely in the stomach with my speciality teep that I throw on everyone in training. You know, I do that all the time. And he moaned about a groin shot twice, and he took a rest twice. So, you know, I know what these OGs of the sport, they've got that little trick up their sleeve. You know, that wasn't below the belt. But, you know, well done for Pineda for taking that little rest.
And obviously you mentioned the Naimov fight last time and how that all panned out. That was obviously away from home. Home game for you tonight. How much more at home did you feel back in there with a big crowd cheering you on?
Oh, I love it. It's everything, you know, fighting in my hometown. It's special, you know, when you have the crowd behind you and you see the England flags and you see your mates in your Prospect Apparel T-shirts, you know, that's a special feeling. So, yeah, when I can, I'll always be asking for the home crowd fights.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot.
Can I ask one more? If you're comfortable sharing, what is actually the situation going on with your daughter?
So at first she had a condition called CDH, which when she was in my wife's stomach, tummy, whatever it is, her liver, spleen, intestines were all up where her chest was, so her lungs didn't grow properly. So she was born, had to have an operation straight away. Then all got fixed. We're back home, go for regular checkups, and she's got quite a large hole in her heart. So now that's the issue we're dealing with. It's something that they didn't say the exact words, but they basically said it's quite an easy procedure when it comes to heart operations, but they said it's quite a big hole, so they will need heart surgery. They said that they would ideally do it when she's 3 years old, but she's not putting on enough weight, so they may do it in a few months. And now she's got a chest infection, so that's why she went to A&E, because my wife was worried about that. But she's the most smiley baby you'll ever meet, mate. You wouldn't think there's anything wrong with her, you know, so, yeah. That fight was for her.
Heart surgery is a pretty hardcore term. So when a dad hears that about like their little daughter, what goes through your mind?
Man, it makes you feel sick. You know, when she had her operation, within 2 days of being born, it was the worst day of my life. And then 4 hours later, the best day of my life, because, you know, she obviously got the okay. But now I've got a little face that I'm looking at, and the thought of her going through it and me not being able to do anything, it breaks my heart, you know. So, yeah, nothing else in life for me matters anymore. You know, my health, fuck it. As long as she's all right, that's the main thing. And it sucks that there's nothing I can actually physically do for her.
Is this something she's going to have to deal with her whole life, or is it something you can get past?
So, from what the doctors have said, that when it's closed, it should be smooth sailing. So we'll just have to see when she's had it. But yeah, you know, I'm pretty confident everything's going to be fine. And she's got my blood, so she's a fighter.
Nathaniel, over here. Talk to me, that crowd was really behind you. A lot of Prospect Academy, a lot of Prospect Apparel fans, and I saw some old Nathaniel Wood shirts, Team Prospect shirts. I don't know, how much did that crowd spur you on?
Mate, the crowd's everything. You know, just before we came out for that third round, when the doctor kind of came in, checked his eye, and then the crowd cheered when, you know, he gave it the all clear. That's everything, you know, that makes it all worth it. So, you know, obviously getting the win's always the main priority, but hearing that crowd, and I want to entertain people, that's the main thing. So when you hear the crowd cheering you on, you know, you'd like to think you're doing something right.
And I don't know if you noticed, but as the decision was being read, there was a fight starting, and everyone kind of lost focus on the decision, and everyone turned to this fight. Did you see any of that? I didn't see what happened. I was out there, but I didn't see what happened.
I saw the commotion, and I was just sitting there thinking, I hope it's none of my mates, but it shouldn't be my mates. You know, we're not violent at all. So yeah. So
what does the next couple of weeks look like for you? Are you going back home, spending time with your daughter, making sure she's good, and how soon would you like to get back in the gym at least?
I think I'm going to have 48 hours of sleeping. That is the plan. You know, I'm going to just try and sleep as much as I can. But yeah, I'll be back in the gym, if Brad's looking at me, Monday. If not, maybe Tuesday. and yeah, just back to work, you know, get back on that drawing board and, you know, work out what went wrong. Obviously, go through everything with my jiu-jitsu coach that I was worried about with the third round, and come back a better fighter.
And it is 3:45 in the morning. Are you going to get some food before you go to sleep for 48 hours, or what are you looking at eating tonight?
Truthfully, I just want to go to bed, man. You know, I'm not even bothered about food. I'm past caring, so I'm just gonna have a quick cold shower, go to sleep, and catch up on the fights that I'll miss tomorrow.
And then a Costa coffee.
Then across the coffee, yes.
Well, congratulations, Nathaniel, and hopefully you'll be booked again soon, yeah?
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Cheers, guys.